Hey, 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 it's Carrington coming at you with another episode of Real Thoughts. This time, Donovan and I explore games that go from 0 to 100 very fast, very quickly, and that could mean anything. It could be emotionally, like Horus, the game that we're currently reviewing on our main show. That hits you emotionally, or maybe it's something else, something different. We explain what we mean. Hit us up in the comments below of games you feel like go from 0 to 100 down below. Enjoy! So Donovan,
Yep.
I was wondering if there are any games in your experience that seem to go 0 to 100 very fast, very quick.
Yes. I thought about a lot of older games with my entry, but really the game that came to mind most recently was a Switch game, and this was the sole reason why I bought a Nintendo Switch in the first place, and that was to buy The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. That game goes from 0 to 100 real fast. Because you first start off in the cave thing, you get introduced to the open world, and before you can actually be released into the open world, you do the 4 little tests with the old man. And they only give you the basics. They just say, oh, here's this rune, here's the freeze rune, here's the bomb rune, this is how you use that. I think you get the glider somewhere through there as well. And I think the magnetism rune. And they just gave you the basics. And then after the basics, that was it. That was literally it. You were thrown into the wild, no pun intended, thrown into the wild, and that was it. And I had no idea what to do, because it just throws you in there with very minimal instructions on what exactly you're supposed to do. And you only get the basic fighting mechanics down, and that's it. So you just run up against enemies that you've never seen before, you never were told about before. You go up against these guardians that patrol the area, and they one-shot kill you if you're not careful, and if you don't get enough hearts, then they don't even really tell you how you get hearts. It's just the difficulty just goes from here to you're just in this little area, and you do your little quests, you do the first shrines, and then all of a sudden, boom! Now you got all these shrines that have these ridiculous puzzles that you have to really think about on how to solve it. There's hundreds of them. And then you have the Korok seeds to find and upgrade your inventory space, and you've got the 4 main quests and countless side quests that they put you on, and they don't tell you anything. You just gotta figure out how to do it. And no other game has done that since, I would say, the mid-90s, where you would play a game and it would just tell you the main quest and you had to figure the rest out as you played. Whereas, recently it would be a hand-holdy tutorial. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to go here, and even when you get your quest listed out real perfectly, and they tell you exactly where to go and exactly what to do. Breath of the Wild got rid of all that. That's the game that I think that goes my entry from 0 to 100, because it just throws you into whatever, and they don't tell you anything. And it's just, I don't know what to do. And plus, the difficulty for combat is really hard, especially with other monsters that can just kill you in the starting area in one hit. So, 0 to 100. Breath of the Wild.
Now, are there any games that game maybe reminds you of? And that did you ever feel like, this reminds me of this game and its pacing, or no, you think it's wholly unique?
I think it's pretty unique in its pacing. In that way, I guess my other entry would have been F1 2013. That was the only game I rage quitted on, and because I put it on the highest difficulty. Because if you're gonna race, you gotta do it right. So they make you go through the little tutorial. They tell you about curs and durs and how to use those, and that was it. And then they throw you to the dogs, and it's stupid, super stupid, and the game just gets really difficult after that, and I hated it. I no longer play that game for my health and disposition. I don't do it. I guess that's the only other one that I can think of that went from 0 to 100 real fast. Is F1 2013. I don't like it. I wanted to love that game, but I don't like it. I try so hard. Other than that, no, I don't really think of any other games that went from 0 to 100 that I've played that I can remember. Most of it has a gradual difficulty climb. Yeah, there's not one that I can think of now that just throws the kitchen sink at you right after the tutorial. But yeah, that's the main one. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Right, so Carrington, can you tell me of a game that just went from 0 to 100 right from the get-go?
So I had a couple games in mind, and then they quickly left my head. So I don't remember what I was going to say. So with that in mind, I'm going to go with the next game that I thought of. In these little episodes that we've done for Real Thoughts, we haven't mentioned any indie games for being an indie gaming show. Got one for you.
Okay, yeah, I guess we should be talking about indie games.
So, the game I feel like that goes to 0 to 100, and, the example at the outset that this inspired was the game Horus. Now, that went from 0 to 100 emotionally, right?
Okay, a different take.
But that's not what I'm going to go with, because even though that inspired this discussion, I'm not going to say Horus, because it inspired this discussion. This goes from 0 to 100 strategically.
Okay. Ooh.
And that game is FTL.
Ooh.
Faster than light.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So, the game starts out pretty, it introduces you to the mechanics of the game, and then out of nowhere, stuff starts happening. You got to react to it fast and quick, otherwise your crew is dead. You have to keep doing this, and then you have to learn by trial and error, what works, what doesn't work. And I always feel like those first maybe 5 or 6 jumps, super easy. Even if you get into a battle, everything's super easy for you.
It's true.
It's not just difficulty that it jumps up in, because everything's randomized. You never know what's going to happen. So you have to be ready strategically and prepare yourself to be ready for anything that's going to come at you. Is it going to be a ship that's coming after you, that's chasing you? Are they friendly? Are they enemy? Are they a little bit of both? Depending on how you react to them.
That's true.
Are you going to go down to the surface of a planet and discover something that may or may not be there? Gain a friend? Get into a battle? Are they going to jump you? You don't know. You have to be ready to react to any and all situations, and you have to just keep doing it over and over again, and to really get into the swing of things and to be able to beat that game just one time. However,
I was about to say,
I will say, even though the difficulty spike is high, I feel like the strategic level of things spikes is just right there with it, and to be able to get through that takes a lot of endurance and just a lot of luck and you thinking of how you're going to react to certain situations.
So, have you ever beat FTL?
One time.
Once.
One time.
See, I've never beat it.
It takes, like I said, it takes luck, it takes strategy, and you can get to the end pretty quickly. Even if you just kind of you can try. I didn't do this, but I've seen people just really skip everything and get to the end as quickly as possible. But I feel like that makes it even harder because you don't get upgrades for your ship, upgrades for your crew members, things like that. So, right. Be wary of doing something like that, but that's not how I beat it.
That's crazy. Dang R&D.
Exactly. No, RNG. I don't know what RNG is.
Oh, I don't know what R&D is either. Research and development. That's not what I was going for.
Well, that's all I got.
RNG.
FTL with its RNG-ness and...
Not R&D.
Not R&D. And, I was going to say A Link to the Past as well, but you kind of stole the Zelda angle I was going for.
Yeah, Zelda, well, that one really does kind of take the cake on that one.
Mm-hmm. Zelda's things to do, and I thought Ocarina of Time as well does that as well. Zelda is very good at going from basically 0 to 100 in so many different ways.
It's very true. Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask goes from 0 to 100 very fast, very quickly. in all kinds of ways, emotionally, story-wise, difficulty,
That's true.
everything. Majora's Mask, I think, takes the cake if you're talking Zelda.
Yeah, because there's nothing more creepy than figuring out that the moon is bent on destroying the world.
Well, and not just
With
that,
a
too.
face.
I mean, it opens up with, you know, the two fairies. They get split. You know, they're siblings. They're split. You know, the Skull Kid goes evil.
Oh yeah, I forgot
All that
about that.
happens within the opening cutscene without you touching the controller.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And you lose Epona.
That's right.
Yeah, a lot of stuff
Epona
happens
does
in just that
leave
opening
you.
cutscene. Too much stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes it one of the best ones also.
Yeah. So that was it, FTL?
FTL was my pick, yep.
All right.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little episode of Real Thoughts. Don't forget, let us know down below what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed this content, and share it with your friends. We love it when you share. And as always, have a rad day.